Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. Khalid MPD as an examiner in a comprehension exam. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Bagus Rian Saputra, NPM 2111040550. So in this video, I would like to explain my proposal starting from I will explain from chapter 1. In chapter 1, we have background of the problem. Students may struggle to understand key concepts in their studies, resulting in poor academic performance. As a result, improving reading comprehension is critical for students, particularly in understanding recount texts which recount past events and experience. Based on preliminary research at SMKN 5 Bandar Lampung, conducted through interviews with one of the English teacher, that is Miss Margaret, it was observed that students frequently face significant challenges in mastering reading comprehension. Particularly when recounting text, she emphasized that many students struggle to identify main idea, supporting idea, inference in recount text, which reduce their overall comprehension skills. This difficulty is exacerbated by students' lack of engagement with the material, as they frequently express frustration and disinterest when given reading assignment. Okay, in chapter 2, I will explain the media research used in read theory. The term online platform refers to various online platforms such as markets, search engines, social media, innovative content source, app stores, messaging, platform, payment system, and so on, collaborative or gig economics, and a lot more. This study defines an online platform as a digital service that connect multiple users, including companies and individuals, through the internet. Read theory is an interactive website that provides supplemental reading for ESL students in grades 1 until 12. The website offers a variety of reading achievement exercises. Read theory, the platform distinguished features include a fee for use model, game mechanics, and a responsive leveling algorithm that recommend appropriate material based on student performance. That based on Romeo 2016. Okay, in chapter 3, the researcher employed a quantitative approach centered on experimental design to conduct this study. Experimental design serves as an overarching framework for conducting research that involves inactive independent variable. This design is crucial as it influences the internal validity of the study, which refers to the ability to draw reliable conclusions about how the experimental treatment impacted the dependent variable. Essentially, experimental design is a research structure that assesses the relationship between two variables. In this study, a quasi-experiment design was utilized. Quasi-experiment design are akin to randomized experimental design in that they involve the manipulation of an independent variable. However, they differ in that participants are not randomly assigned to treatment groups. The research incorporates both pre-test and post-test, with the researcher selecting two classes, one designed as the experimental group and the other is the control group. In this study, the researcher employed cluster random sampling. Collecting technique. In collecting the data, researcher used tests as a fundamental technique. In quantitative research, the first one is pre-test. Researcher administered a pre-test to the student prior to the implementation of the treatments. Number 2, the second one is post-test. Following the treatment period, a post-test was conducted to evaluate the student reading comprehension after they had been taught using the read theory website. The procedure of this research as follows. The first one is planning, determining the subject of the research. In this phase, the researcher selected 11 grade student at SMKN 5 Bandar Lampung as the subject for the study. The researchers was conducted in both the control and experimental class. Number 2, the second one is preparing tryout. The researcher developing a type of assessment known as a tryout test, which was administered to the student. The third one is preparing pretest. The pretest administered to students to assess their reading proficiency prior to the treatment. This assessment consisted of multiple choice format with 20 questions aimed at measuring the student reading comprehension level. The fourth is determining material to be taught. The researcher determined that the material to be taught would focus on reading comprehension of recount text. The fifth is preparing the post-test. The post-test was prepared in multiple choice format, consisting of 20 questions. The purpose of the post-test was to evaluate any change in the student reading comprehension following the treatment. Application 30 after the planning stage was completed. The researcher implemented the research procedure according to the plan that had been prepared. The steps are follows. Initially, the researcher administered the tryout, which was a multiple choice assessment comprising 40 items with 4 answer options, which is A, B, C, or D. This test was distributed among 10 grade students at different schools. B. Pretest. The pretest was given to the students to gauge their initial reading abilities. This assessment includes 20 multiple choice questions with 4 possible answers, A, B, C, and D. Treatment following the pretest students participate in the treatment phase, which involves running through the read theory platform. Students engage with recount text on the platform and utilize its interactive feature that enhance their comprehension skills. This treatment was conducted over 3 sessions. The last one is post-test. After the treatment, a post-test was administered to the student to assess their reading improvement. This test also consists of 20 multiple choice questions. 3. Reporting. The last step in the research procedure is reporting. This stage include the first one is analyzing the data from the pretest and the post-test result. The second one is creating a report based on the researcher's finding. That's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.